Hello and good morning. Yes, again you see the Olympus OM-1. And you see them for a reason. I am a lot on fora, like some groups on Facebook or other fora. And when a novice, when someone who starts with analog photography asks a question, what camera should I buy? They get answers like Contax, Leica, Olympus OM-1, Nikon, you name it, all the fancy brands. And I admit all those brands make magnificent cameras, beautiful pieces of engineering, lovely to hold, lovely to look at, super to use. But let's face it, if you only want to take good pictures, the only thing you need is a camera and a lens. And I always consider them as two different parts. I think the camera house should be reliable and thoroughly built. And if you want not to rely on batteries, it should also be possible to operate it fully manual. The lens, well, obviously the lens should be sharp, but that's not all. There are people who dislike some lenses and like the same lenses. In lenses, personal taste comes around the corner. And, why do I tell you this? Well, because of all the brands I mentioned, which are hyped, like Contax, Leica, and this one, Nikon. Again, good machineries, but there are alternatives, and the alternatives only cost 30 euros, and I dare to say that those cheaper cameras, which we will look at in a few minutes, those cheaper cameras take the same quality pictures as the expensive ones, as the Leicas. As long as your shutter speed is reasonable, reliable, and as long as you have a lens that is, and basically there are moderate lenses, but there aren't many bad lenses. So anyway, why these top brands? And they have disadvantages. Like this one, it's a good combination. It's super. It's a very nice lens, good camera, very well built. But the lens alone costs, well, if you have a cheap one, around 50 euros. And a set like this, 100, 150, depends on the state. And it's quite a lot of money to take some pictures, and film is expensive these days, developing is expensive. So why not reduce the cost on your tools? Why not find a tool that does exactly the same or more with the same reliability, but for, a fraction of the price? All the cameras I present you cost between 30 and 40 euros, which will come now. And I think they are perfect alternatives for the Olympus OM-1. Again, I love this camera, but I think it is overpriced and overhyped, because there are cameras with a similar quality, much cheaper, which sometimes even have advantages this one doesn't have. Now, let's start with the first one. I know when I come with the first one, you say, look, yeah, but it's huge. Correct, it's huge. But if size matters, this is the one to buy. And to compare the sizes, you see in length, this one is bigger, and in height, this one is significantly bigger. Well, not so much bigger, but let's face it, it's bigger. This one is the Ricoh TLS Singlex. A very well built camera. It weighs almost a kilo. It has like the Olympus OM-1, a inbuilt line meter, which you activate with this button here on the left. It has a manual operated shutter. That means you can operate this camera without any batteries. And the batteries are only there to power the light meter. And the other thing this camera has, despite all the other things, the Olympus OM has like a self-timer, and not a hot shoe here but a cold shoe. Look here, my OM, I don't even have a hot shoe, I have to buy it separately. So what does this lens have in advantage? Well, you know, this camera, like I said, it's built like a tank. It's very, very solid. You know, you can even hear it, how solid it is. But it has a M mount lens. So there are millions and millions of lenses you can buy for this camera. And because of the offer, there's so much offer in these type of lens mount lenses. They are quite reasonably priced, you know, for a standard 50mm, a good one. You pay 20 euros max. But I will tell you, when you buy a complete set like this one, with a decent standard lens, most of the times these cameras come with a Ricoh 2.2 or 2.0 lens, sometimes with 1.8 Ricoh, they're excellent lenses, and you pay, hold your breath, 30 euros. For a good one. Look at it, this one looks almost immaculate, and it functions super. I've shot many rolls with it. Again, it's heavy, but it's very solid and it's always working. 30 euros. I think a good alternative. It can do the same as the Olympus. The only thing is there are more lenses available than the Olympus. Now, let's go to the next one. I will save the best for last. Next one, the Ricoh KR-5 Super. You have the KR-5 and the KR-5 Super. The Super in this case only refers to the maximum shutter speed of 1/1000th of a second. Also, I forgot to tell you, the Singlex also goes to 1/1000th of a second, like the Olympus. This camera also has a fully mechanically operated shutter, so that means you only need batteries to power the light meter, and the light meter is engaged when you shut the camera and you look through the visor, and then you see a needle and a arrow. Sorry, a needle and a circle, and the needle should be in the circle. If that is the case, then the combination of your chosen aperture, and your chosen shutter speed is okay. But if the battery doesn't work, no problem. No problem. You can still use all shutter speeds you have on this one, and it's fully operable in manual modus. This one also has a self-timer like the OM-1. This one has, well, a feature more than the OM-1, and that is the shutter lock. You know, when you cock the shutter, and you do it like this, the shutter is locked. You have to put the lever on this position, and then you can release the shutter. The other advantage on this one, I think, is that it has a Pentax K-mount, lens mount. Like with the M42, this also means that there is a lot of lenses for sale on the internet, on auction sites, very well priced and much cheaper than the OM lenses in general. Now, this camera has it was a kit zoom lens on it. It's quite, it's quite a reasonable lens. It's not a bad lens. It's actually quite okay. And this lens with this camera, it cost me 30 euros. And look, this camera, it looks beautiful. It almost looks like new. Very easy to handle, and really, all the features you need on a camera are in it. Now, I told you I will save the last for. First of all, let's here compare the sizes. Only this camera, the KR-5, is only a little bit higher, but only a little bit. The length is about the same. The weight is about the same also. Let's go to the last one. This may be even an older one than the Olympus OM-1. And this is a Soligor TM. You can also buy them in the brand Miranda. It's the same, basically, it's the same. Only the Soligor has an advantage which I will show you later. Well, let's look at the camera. Shutter speeds until 1/1000th of a second. It has a light meter, and the light meter is being engaged by pressing this button. The lens mount is actually very, very nice, because this one also has a M42 lens mount, which means, like with the previous shown Ricoh Singlex, it means that this camera can handle lots and lots of lenses, and you can buy lots and lots of lenses for this camera. For instance, on this one I have put a Takumar 1.4 lens, and you know, this camera also is built like a tank. You know, it's heavy, it's very solid, very easy to handle. It has a light meter inside, and the light meter in this one is similar to the Olympus OM-1. You have to put a needle in a little area, and then the combination of shutter speed and aperture is okay. But this one, besides the M42 lens mount, has another advantage. This one has, as you can see, look at this, you know, a waist viewfinder, which is interchangeable with all Miranda accessories you can buy for the Miranda or for the Soligor. Now, so it is a waist finder, but if you only want to, you know, like the Olympus, have a prism viewfinder, there is this accessory, you know, and you slide it in, you plug it in, here is your camera, and now it is a viewfinder with a prism like the Olympus. So this one has some accessories which the Olympus OM-1 doesn't have, which makes usage far more nicer than the standard Olympus OM-1. Easy to remove these little accessories, and you know, like I said, the Soligor accessories and the Miranda accessories fit on this. The only advantage of the Soligor, in my opinion, is it has a M42 mount, and I think the Miranda, but if I'm wrong, just correct me, but I think the Mirandas, most of the Mirandas have a different lens mount, a special Miranda lens mount, but correct me if I'm wrong. So also this one, you know, it's a beauty to have, you know. The only thing is you don't have a cold shoe or hot shoe on this one, but on the prism, which I showed you before, you can connect a cold shoe, and with these two connections you can, you know, connect a flash if you want to. Now, these were the three alternatives I wanted to show you for the Olympus OM-1. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please list them below and I will answer them as soon as I see them. Thank you for watching again.